So here's a funny story. I went to go pick up the girls from school today, and my daughter said, "Mom, your shirt's on inside out." I was very embarrassed. But the worst part of it was I had just gotten done filming 6 videos. Yeah. Hey guys, it's Adrian. Welcome back to my channel. We're gonna try this again. I have 3 videos to film again. The first one I'm bringing to you now is my birthday book haul. I received some wonderful books from my mom. She asked me to send her a link to my wish list on Book Depository so that she'd get me some books for my birthday. She got them all because she's fantastic, although I feel really guilty. Anyway, so I've got a bunch of books to show you here. Some of the books are second parts to the series where I haven't even read the first book yet, so I can't tell you what they're all about because I don't know, but we're gonna jump right in. First up is a book that I saw a while ago from A Path of Pages, and lately I've been seeing it come around again everywhere, but it's been on my wish list for a while, and that's Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I hope I said that right. It took me about 5 tries, both times I filmed this video. Anyway, this is about a girl who falls in love with Jack the Ripper, or something like that. I don't know. Anything with Jack the Ripper sounds really intriguing to me, and it's fantastic for the fall season. At least I think so anyway. I also got the second book, which I don't remember what it's called, something about Prince Dracula. I'll leave it here, but that one hasn't come in the mail yet. So I'm very excited to read this duology. Perfect for fall time. But I think I said that already. Next up is a book that I heard about from Lisa from Brand New Book Smell, and that's Wednesday Letters by Jason F. Wright. This follows an elderly couple who has died in each other's arms, but they spent all these years writing letters to one another, and their kids find them and they unearth some family secrets, and you know the drill. This one really interested me because I write letters to my kids and to my husband every now and then, so I really like the idea of our kids or our grandkids finding these letters someday. Next up is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I read in the month of June, I think, Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover, and it was total garbage, but it was so good. It was so addicting, and I loved it. So I know with Colleen Hoover, you either kind of love her or you kind of don't. I don't remember what this one is about, but I have heard from people who do love Colleen Hoover that this is one of her better books, so I'm very interested to read this one. I like the fluffy ones to read in between like my high fantasy books, because sometimes I just need like a brain dump relaxation and read some trashy books, because that's just what my brain needs sometimes, like right now. Right now when I'm done, I might actually go read this book so I can just relax my brain. I'm gonna complain about the fact that I had to refilm all these videos like 50 times in this video. Please excuse me. Next up is The Heir by Kiera Cass. In my US book haul, I found The Crown for really cheap, which is the 5th book in the selection series, but I was missing the 4th one, so I got the 4th one, only, again, I have this problem so often. They're not the same size. I'm trying to get over it. But, ugh. Cranky Adrian is coming out today, guys. But you love me anyway, right? When I'm cranky and when I'm happy, I'm always happy. I can be cranky once in a while. Last cranky book, I promise. This one I was really excited about, but it's a pocket edition and the letters are really small and I don't know if I'm going to be able to read it. But that's written and read by, who's this by? Anne Bishop. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I might try to read it anyway, even though it's going to give me a headache like crazy. I might do a giveaway. I might give it to one of my friends. I'll keep it in the back of my mind. It would kind of be fun to do a giveaway. Maybe I'll do a giveaway. We'll see. And then we have Our Dog Duet by V. Schwab. I recently got, before I went on vacation, one of my first summer book hauls, because there are like 5. I got this Savage song that I actually was planning on reading for one of my books to take to the States, but I never actually got to it. And I've heard that it's really good. I love her Darker Shade of Magic series. This is more middle grade. I think this is middle grade. So I'm hoping that it'll be a little bit easier to digest. And I'm gonna pick up the first book eventually. Same thing goes with The Winner's Kiss. I have The Winner's Curse and The Winner's Crime, all by Marie Rutkowski, the Winners Trilogy. And I haven't read any of them yet. I have heard about them. I really want to read them. I know everybody loves them. So I'm going to get to them at some point. But now I have the whole series. My children are fighting. And again, this is like a theme. I keep forgetting that I have all these in-between books. Ice Like Fire by Sarah Rosh. This is the second book to the Snow Like Ashes trilogy. I got the first one. I got the third one. Didn't have the second one. Now I do. Haven't read the series yet. I'm sort of getting a little stressed out by this book haul, but you know. Here's one that I actually can read. This is A Conjuring of Light by V. Schwab. This is the third book in the Shades of Magic trilogy, and I've read the first two, so I can read the third one. This has been on my list for a really long time. I wanted to get this when it first came out, but I was waiting for it to go on sale, and then I did, and I put it on my wish list, and now, thanks to my fantastic parents, I have the copy right here in my hands. It's gonna take me a while to read it because it's so long. A lot of these books are so long. And anybody else, can you guys relate with me? Like, when I love reading long books, I genuinely do. But now that I have a booktube channel, if I only read one book because it's like 1,000 pages, I feel like I have nothing to tell you about. So I need to read more short books. So I need to work on my long book readings. Next up is a book that I am very excited about, and that is Gemini by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This is the second book to the Illuminae files. I read the first book to the Illuminae files, I think in the spring, and I really loved it. It was the first sci-fi book that I read this year, and since then, they've all been hits. So I'm really excited to read this one. I have heard that it's not as good as the first one, and the characters are a little bit harder to relate to, but I really enjoyed this mixed media format of reading books, and it makes it seem like you can go through a monster of a book relatively quickly because of that. So I'm excited to pick this one up. I will hopefully be able to read this one by the end of the year because I am very excited about it. Next up, we have End of Day by Claire North. I have a love-hate relationship with Claire North's books. On the one hand, they're very slow. They're definitely a book that takes me like 2 or 3 weeks to get through. On the other hand, I love them because they are so thought-provoking. She wrote The Sudden Appearance of Hope and the first 15 Lives of Harry August, and I have only read The Sudden Appearance of Hope, but I absolutely loved it. It was just tough to get through. But the one thing that I love about Claire North is that the synopsis in her books is like 2 or 3 lines, and it tells you nothing about the book, and yet you're so intrigued. Next up is a box set, and that's the Daughter of Smoke and Bones trilogy by Laini Taylor. Again, I don't know very much about this one, except that it takes place in Prague, and I have heard everybody loves them. Laini Taylor is well known for her beautiful writing, so I'm curious to see how this plays out. I really wanted to read Strange the Dreamer, but I wanted to start with her first books first and make my way through that way. So hopefully these are really good. They're monsters of books though, guys, and I have a bunch of other series that I need to close up before I can pick up some new ones. So it's gonna take me a while, but I am very excited to finally have these in my hands. Another book that's on its way that hasn't gotten here yet is Wicked Like a Wildfire. I don't remember who the author of this is, but here's a picture. You can see that for yourself. As if this day could not get any worse. My battery just died. Where was I? Wicked Like a Wildfire. This book follows 2 sisters, and they both have the magical ability to manipulate beauty. I've never read a book, I don't think that I can remember, like this one, so I'm very excited about it. But I will admit, this was a total cover buy. Next up is a book that I've seen going around BookTube for a long time, and I've been putting it off and putting it off and not really that interested in it. But lately it's been sparking my attention a little bit more, and that's The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I've heard that this is many people's favorite book, and it just is intimidating because of the size of the book. But my husband's been writing and watching a lot of Dungeons and Dragons lately, and one of the shows that he watches actually has Patrick Rothfuss in it, and he keeps talking about the book, and I haven't read the book, and the more he talks about the book, the more I'm interested in the book, so I need to just go ahead and read it. But it's I'll be honest, guys, it's gonna take me a while, and I'm gonna need a lot of encouragement to actually pick up this book because it's so long. Next up is A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. This is the second book in the Ember and the Ashes series. What's that actually called? I don't even know. Anyway, this one is kind of a frustrating story because I've been waiting for forever for the paperback edition, because I have the paperback edition here, and they finally came out with a paperback edition this size, but it had a completely different cover. And I don't hate the other covers, it just doesn't match this one. Now that I have these two next to each other, they sort of match, but not really, but their spines don't match at all. I think this is the UK one. I can't win. Alright, that wraps it up this book haul. You guys have seen the slightly cranky and very frustrated side of me now. Hopefully you still love me and still want to stick around. I'm getting feeling a little bit better, because now I'm just starting to find all this kind of funny, because everything is just going wrong today. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have not yet and you love to subscribe and I haven't scared you away, I'd love it if you did. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.